Hey, what's up guys, it's Matty and welcome to this brand new series in, a farming series, and I'll get into what it is in a minute. Firstly, I want to do a couple of shout outs. First one to the clan as always, and second one to YouTuber Mr. Clasher. You can find him on YouTube, youtube.com/legit plays Clash of Clans, or just Google Mr. Clasher, and also check him out on Twitter as well. But he's an awesome YouTuber. I speak to him a lot. He's got the same amount of subscribers as me, and yeah, I think you should go and check him out. Now, this series, brand new. What it's all about is me on my quest to max my walls. As you can see, most of my defences are maxed now. You can see I've got 192 skull walls and 58 Legos. And my heroes, which I'll go into in a second, they're both on level 16 at the moment, and they're currently being upgraded to 17. So this series is about my challenge to keep my gold and elixir blasting on walls, and my heroes constantly upgrading up to level 30. So that's 14 levels on each, and they are currently upgrading, as I said, which is 5 days, 18 hours and 17 hours left on both of them. And yeah, it's going to be a farming series on how I'm going to bring in enough gold, enough elixir and enough dark elixir for every 7 days, because each 7 days that's when I'll be able to set my heroes back off. So it's going to be a farming series without using the heroes at all. So here's some replies from the clan. Shout out to Mitchell, to Sparta, to Jesse, and Ryanair, who is always online. And yeah, I think they wanted me to check out a couple of replays in this, but to be honest, I had too much to do in this video anyway, and that's that. So back onto this video, you can see that I've got about 3 arch towers upgrading, and I've got 1 last arch tower to do, and then that's all my defences are done. You can see it down here in the bottom right. Here we are, and that is the last arch tower, 4.5 mil. So I've just got to save that up, get that upgrade, and I'll probably do that in a day to a day and a half. And I've got 4.6 million elixir at the moment, and I've got 1 more elixir upgrade, which is my archers to level 6. And that's going to cost me 6 million elixir as well. The only other thing left in my lab is Valks to level 4, which I'll do that at any point really. Better rather sooner than later, because heroes are going to keep going up in cost, and it's going to be harder and harder to max that out for each week. But yeah, archers, and then that's my last elixir upgrade as well. So soon I'm going to be able to just put everything I do in terms of loot I gain straight into the walls, which is going to be the objective. First raid, let's go into it. This one, as you can see, I only went in with 8 balloons. It's because I was being impatient, and it's because I only needed like 100,000 gold to get my to set my last archer tower off, or my penultimate one. So I just went in with, you know, a few minions, a few loons to see if I could find a base, and lo and behold, I found a perfect collector base. Slight shame that obviously I didn't have more loons, minions, and my final spell, because it would have made it a lot easier. And I'd have been able to get pretty much all the loot. Dead bases are great, but I managed to get firstly enough gold, most of the elixir, and about 3,600 dark elixir as well, which is absolutely banging. Anyway, what I wanted to say, this series, because I need gold elixir and dark elixir, it's meant that I've had to push in quite a specific area. Now, if you're pushing too high, like in Champions League, it can be a bit tricky finding matches, and I don't know if you can get the quantity. However, the loot bonus is huge. So what I've decided to do is I'm sticking around the M3 and M2 for the time being, because in that area you get a good loot bonus. So in M3 you get 75,000 of each and 500 dark. In M2, I think it might be 500, it might be lower than that, actually it might be 400. In M2 you get 90,000 of each, so even just for a snipe you're getting 90,000 gold and 90,000 elixir, which is pretty good. So it's a good spot to go. I've noticed that in M3, which is Masters 3 if you didn't know, it's there's a lot of dead bases, and you're going to see that in this video. And just so you know as well, all these raids have been within the last 24 hours. And it's pretty much all that's in my attack log. There's just so many dead bases. Haven't really found many snipes at all. Whereas when I was in M2 a couple of weeks back, and I did record some episodes, but they got lost for whatever reason. There's a lot more snipes than dead bases, and you have to really take out storages that are on the edge of bases. So it's different. But I've got to say, farming the last 24 hours or so in Master 3 has been an absolute dream. Can take you a couple of 100,000 to find the raid, but most of the time you're only going to spend 70,000-80,000 to find it, and then if you can walk away with like now 260,000 gold plus your loot bonus of 75,000 as well, then you're absolutely sorted, and you're in a massive profit as well as all the dark elixir and the normal elixir you pick up as well. So yeah, I found that, well, there's a few advantages to farming in Masters League. Obviously the most obvious one would be the loot bonus. Other one is that you're against Town Hall 10s, so when you do find the dead bases with full collectors, you're going to get a higher percentage than if you farm down in gold and you're looking at Town Hall 8s and 9s. But you have got one big disadvantage as well. Even though my Town Hall's outside and easily snipeable, there seems to be a high frequency of me getting 3-starred, and each time I get 3-starred, if I've got over a couple of mil of each resource, they're going to be taking about 300,000 of each. So it's almost similar to pushing. You have to stay online for chunks at a time to make sure you can make a nice big profit, so that when you do go offline, and just if you assume you're going to get 3-starred every time you go offline, you're going to lose 300,000 of each, it's a fair assumption. Now that's going to get easier for me soon, because I've had to save up like 6 mil elixir, 4.5 mil each time to set off these upgrades, but I can blast that all straight out on my walls, so I'm not going to be collecting gold and elixir after sort of the next couple of days, which is perfect. But I will have a lot of dark elixir, which is the other thing. So I don't know if I'm going to put my dark elixir storage next to my town hall and let them have it, and so they'll avoid the 3-star, or whether I'm just going to do a dark elixir protection base and just see how that goes. But we'll see. I'll sort of talk through what I do throughout the series. But yeah, I have started it prematurely, obviously, because I've still got a couple of upgrades to finish off, that last arch tower and the lab upgrade. But I figured, you know, I've got so many raids to put in, and I've already I'm prepping up for it, so it's the perfect time to start the series, really. And you can see again another dead base. Actually, this one isn't dead; it's just got the full collectors, because the expos and the infernos are loaded. Now on this raid, I was quite focused on the gold first and foremost, which is why you probably see I don't even try for the dark elixir at all, and in fact I walk away with barely any. But it's just the way it goes. I think it's because I was again close to getting an arch tower and needed to finish it off. So yeah, I hope you're going to enjoy this series. As you can see, most of the time, if I can, I'm going to take the 50% as well, which is why it's best to go with a full army. You can see I'm using Lunian. It is quite an expensive army to farm with, especially if you're using both spells, all 4 spells, sorry, and a full set of loons. So you've got to make sure that you're going to make a profit on it. Now this is a perfect one. You can see I brought a witch in my army. That's just because I was doing a war donation, so I wasn't even going to use it. Had 3 out of my 4 spells. I don't know if I had all my loons. I think I only had 20. But I did have most of my minions and that sort of thing, but I'm not going to need it all anyway, because look at this sort of base. It's an absolute classic. It is a dead base, at least infernos are out, but gold just sat there waiting to be collected. You can see at the side I've got loads of buildings I can sort of take out without needing any additional loons to take out any defences. And then the top side of the base, it's all the elixir sat there. So yeah, I've got to say the sort of quantity of these sort of bases up in Masters is quite impressive. I didn't expect it, so this is where I'm going to sort of stay for the most part anyway. And with this sort of base, you can easily rack up 50%, and without going overkill on your loons, your minions, and everything. I'm already at 48%, and watch the 50% coming in about 3, 2, 1. There it is. So yeah, I might end up pushing up to M2 again, because that 90,000 per win was nice. But I suppose I will be taking losses as well in the series. Anything where I can just get the loot and get out. If I win, great. If I don't, oh well, I'll take the loot and move on. And this one, I think this is one of my most recent raids. But look at it, and you'll see the sort of the percentage I get on this base in a sec. Now I probably could have gone for the 3-star. I suppose it's not wise to try that without heroes. I used that first rage spell there, by the way, to help take down the queen as well, because when the minions are in rage, it really helps them to take down the queen nice and quickly. but because 2 air defences are centralised, and the loons are just surviving and able to take down loads of defences and completely clear the area out. So absolute perfect farming base this is. So I've been really happy to yeah, I can't express enough. It's just been nice, easy raiding. So with this one, I'm just taking out all those pockets of sort of defences. I am in range of those arch air defences at the top. It's got some Teslas in the middle as well, which aren't going to really affect me too much. The last arch tower's down now, so I'm just trying to be slightly conservative with my minions, because I might need to push into certain collectors. You can see the one on the top side there. I'm going to need to drop a few more minions on that one in a sec, because that minion's just died. There we go. I've dropped about 4, I think, back on it to finish it up. 2 more flew over as well. So that's down. And you can see I've already racked up 77%. And that's going to go even higher, just because it's dead base and easily raidable. And I've look at the loot that's in that. So with a win as well, with the loot bonus. So you can see why for gold, for elixir and dark elixir, it's the perfect place to farm. And yeah, I hope you're sort of excited to watch the rest of the series. This one, this was down in low M3. I just found a town hall 8, and I think I'd just been 3-starred, and I was feeling a bit annoyed. So I went back in and just went all out and decided to 3-star this guy. Now, my delivery of this raid was pretty poor. If you've got a full Loonian army, you're pretty much going to 3-star any T8 Town Hall 8 you find, really, unless you're an absolute moron. But what I should have done here is killed the clan castle and just got them out of the way, because what I decided to do was let them kill the minion, then start deploying the balloons in and around the map, and I thought I'd let the archers chase, but archers are pretty quick, so they got to my loons and started just distracting and annoying and killing them before they got to the target. So not the best idea. So if that happens, if I do a town hall 8 again, I'm gonna get this CC out and kill them before I carry on with the rest of the raid. You can see I'd had enough here and decided to do that anyway, and then carried on with the rest of the raid. I only had 5 loons left, so I just wanted to take down those. The wizard towers were important for me to take down because they splash damage the minions. So that air defense that's in the centre, I wasn't too worried about that actually. I wanted to just take down the wizard tower, the arch tower, and as many of the defences as I could. And if that's air defence is the last thing that's remaining, I can just swarm it with minions. You can see I've still got 25 left in my camp, plus 15 in my CC. So I've still got plenty of minions to do it. And yeah, it's the only remaining air defence. So I was debating here whether I'm going to actually need more, but I thought, yeah, I'd rather... I was already going to get 500, so I was already going to pay for the minions by with the loot in the raid, and so I'd still make a profit by my loot bonus, so I just threw in the rest of the minions and walked away with 28 trophies. I don't know if that was the best sort of raid to bring in, but you know, why not? It was in my log, so why not? Here, I think this is the last raid of this video. It's again another dead base. I'm sure I'm going to get a load of hate now from the sheer amount of dead bases I've come across, and I don't blame you guys, because I'd be frustrated if you're there searching down in Gold League or Crystal and absolutely getting hammered and not finding raids, and then I'm up here, you know, rinsing all these dead bases for loads of loot and running away. Happy days. But yeah, feel free to come on up and give it a try up M3, because I've had a great time up here so far. I think that doing the heroes is going to be quite a strange and exciting challenge, because the more powerful they get, it's just, I mean, I'm not going to even be able to use, I'm not using heroes in war at the moment, which really is a sort of buzzkill, because I could be 3-starring Town Hall 9 instead of 2-starring them with Go Wipe. But yeah, once I've got my level 30 heroes, I'm just going to be absolutely buzzing. And what I've decided to do, once I've got Lego Wars, I might start a few lavas, which might sort of, you know, provoke a new series. But if I don't, then I'm going to move on to Town Hall 10. So yeah, guys, I hope you enjoyed this. You enjoy this watching me farm, and you're excited by the prospect of me maxing my Legos and my heroes, because I know that I am. And yeah, you know the drill. Subscribe if you haven't already. Put a comment, let me know your thoughts on the series. If you've got any ideas, you want to try any army comps, anything like that. We're early days in the series, and I'm more than happy to answer any questions. And if you've got any requests, throw them in the comment section. But other than that, leave a like, drop a comment, and add me. Also add me on Twitter, which is @ClashingMatty. So peace out, guys. See you later.